Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
What an awesome place. I've never been out here before. This is just truly incredible, and it's awesome to see it just packed full of so many of Brandon's close friends and supporters. Brandon, I got to tell you, I'm honored. Thank you for giving the opportunity to introduce you tonight. And I was trying to think about this, like how do you introduce somebody that knows this many people and just doesn't need an introduction at all? Everybody here that knows Brandon knows that this is somebody who just works hard, is incredibly selfless, is a self-made businessman who doesn't mind getting dirty, as we all know. But not more importantly, he's a family man, and he serves his community, and he serves his God, and this is exactly the kind of person that we need to send to Columbia. I can't tell you too much about Brandon as the person that you don't already know, but what I can do is offer a little insight into what I know of Brandon as a public servant. Because I've had the opportunity to serve alongside Brandon for the past year on county council, and I honestly can tell you that he has just been incredible. When you first get on the county council, Allison Love is back here as well, she can tell you, when you first get on, it truly is like drinking from the fire hose. There's so many gears and levers and buckets of money and committees and ordinances. I mean, you name it, you have no idea what's going on. Well, most people, kind of fake it till you make it. It might, not say readily, I don't know what's going on. Brandon, however, is honest to a fault. When I first got on, some of the, when you're in a meeting and there's motions and everything going on, and you're trying to keep up and you're thinking, man, I hope no one asks me a question because I have no idea what's going on. Well, one of Brandon's first meetings, someone asked him a question, and he said, well, honestly, I'm not sure what we're doing right now. And it's that refreshing honesty that is just so rare in a public servant. But let me tell you, that didn't last very long because Brandon attended every committee meeting, whether he was on the committee or not. He bugged the ever-living tar out of our staff in every department and asked them a million questions on a daily basis until he knew how to do this job better than anybody. It didn't take very long for him to overcome that learning curve. And soon enough, when we had heavy lifts over the past year, and some of the biggest lifts that this county has had in a long time, we had to redo our entire zoning code. We had to do redistricting. And these were two things that were daunting to people who had been on council for a long time. I would go to get coffee in the morning at Knowledge Park. There's Brandon with his giant zoning book and notes and tabs and going through it till he knew it better than anybody. When it was time to redistrict, he paid for the software so that he could figure it out and do it himself and make sure that the maps were done correctly. And he sat down and mastered the software and helped us through it. And without his efforts, that wouldn't have taken place, and I can tell you it would have been a train wreck. So, Brandon, thank you for those efforts. You're one of the true public servants who puts policy and outcomes ahead of politics. And I'm just thrilled that you're going to take that down to Columbia with you. So thank you for putting yourself out here. Thank you to your family for making the sacrifice to allow Brandon to step up and put himself out there for the seat. So thank you. We all know not only is Brandon a true public servant, and we're very familiar with his just consistent acts of generosity, but we're also very familiar with his strong conservative values. We know that those will be incorruptible in Columbia, and I look forward to having you be my representative in Columbia as one of your future constituents. And speaking of representatives with incorruptible conservative values in Columbia, Senator Clymer has also worked tirelessly. Honestly, no one has worked harder in Columbia to make sure that South Carolina remains a beacon of true conservative values than Senator Clymer. And I just can't wait to see what you two get to do together. So, Senator Clymer.
Yeah.